Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as Epic Fantasy, and this is my latest project, another fun and easy foam board project. It is how to make the DragonBone sword from Skyrim. Yes, picture this as being a piece of DragonBone that's been bolted to a handle and a sword made out of it. I give you the template, you print it up, and then you have the shape so you can make your own DragonBone sword out of foam board or cardboard. Easy, fun project, and it looks really good. I like it. Paint job is really special. You can use paints, I show you how to do it, or you can even use tea to stain it. All right, let's launch into the introduction, and then let's do how to make the DragonBone sword. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Thanks. Okay, print up the template. The link to where to get the template is in the description of the video down below. It's on my website. It's a PDF, you can just print it up and then cut out the various pieces. Now this is what you got. You got pieces marked A, B, C, and D. Those are the main sword blade pieces. You put them together like this, A, B, C, and D, and you tape them together. And that'll give you the main part of the sword. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the handle and the metal strap that holds the bone to the sword. You see it's different shaped. You tape those together. Now you lay your pieces on foam board or cardboard and trace them. For the A, B, C, and D piece, you only need one. So trace one on your foam board. And we've designed this sword so it'll fit on a single sheet of, this piece will fit on a single sheet of foam board like this, diagonally. That's the normal 30-inch foam board. And then you make two of the 1, 2, and 3, 4 piece. Make two of those, and then see those 4 pieces in the middle? Do those also. Those are in the template too. And then cut all the pieces out. You end up with 7 pieces. And that's the whole assembly is 7 pieces. It's pretty easy to do. And I figured everything out for you. So now let's glue it together. My foam board piece here has some line drawing on it. That's just so I could figure out the template. Yours will be plain white, of course. Then you put the smaller piece like this right on top. So it goes right down the center. See the handle and the guard all match exactly. Or pretty close to exactly, depending on how well you cut it. And then of the smaller pieces, you put the larger of the smaller pieces like this on the guard. I call that the guard base plate. And then you put the smaller piece, the pentagonal shaped piece on top of that. Just like this. And there you go. You're practically done with building it. Next thing you do is you flip it over and you do the same thing on the other side. You put this piece on. Then you put your two guard pieces on, one like that and one like that, and you glue it all together. Simple as that. Building this sword, because I give you the template, building this sword is pretty easy to do. So now once you get it all glued together, you trim it and you clean it up, get it all nicely shaped the same, and then use some sandpaper on it to clean it up, make it all nice and crisp. So everything's evenly met. So it has a nice look to it. There's no rough edges on it. And to do the hook at the bottom, the hoop, you can use a piece of sandpaper like this inside to clean it up. So now let's paint it. And this is what we're doing. It's black, but it's really not a deep black. It's like an off black. So put a lot of black in a cup like this and then mix some gray with it, because what we want to do is soften up that black, make it kind of look like an aged steel. So it's not a pure black. It's kind of been softened with some gray. And you can experiment with that a little bit. And then paint everything but the bone blade. So that includes this. The guard includes the strap that goes down the middle of the blade. Just like that. Then we do some detail work on that. And what I used is silver on all the sharp edges. Like this. Just about all the sharp edges like this. You can kind of go crazy with the silver. Do as much as you want. I went easy on the silver. The one in the game has more silver. So, you know, you can be free with this and do it however you want. Now let's add some bolts. These are what hold the bone piece to the handle. It's bolted down. I kind of like that concept. It's just kind of cool. You know, have fun with this. And there's another one up the top there. I'll move it down and show you. Just like this. See, now some detail work with more silver. See, the silver is just about done. Now I use the white pencil. You can use paint for this, but I use the white pencil to put this ornamental, it's like a 4-leaf pattern right there. It makes a big difference. It just adds a little bit of detail because that's a big blank spot. And that's just about it. Now we got to do the bone blade. And let me show you how to do this. You only work in sections, maybe 6 or 8 inches at a time. Put down a whole bunch of white. Cover a section with white like this. Nice and wet. And then add a little tiny bit of brown. Right, like this. Just dab a little brown. Add it in there and spread it around. And then add a little bit of orange and spread it around. So we don't want a uniform color. We want it to vary along the blade. So see how it's now there's lighter, less orange, less brown. See some parts are darker, not as dark. And then you go back and you do some more white. That looks really good. You're going to like how this comes out. And you continue doing that the whole length of the sword. Pick another section. Start out with a base of white. Then add a little brown. Then add a little orange. And that's how you get it to look like bone. You're going to get really good at this. If you want, do a little test on a piece of foam board just to get a feel for how this works. Now I'm going to start the next section, but I won't show that. Well, yeah, I'll show real quick. White, add some brown. Just a little bit of brown and then add a little tiny bit of orange. You go a little bit more orange. There you go. Just spread it around. Make it uneven. It's not a homogeneous color. The unevenness of it makes it look more bone-like. That's that. Here's an alternative. You can use tea if you want. Give it a try. It's kind of a neat concept. Let me just show you first a little bit more. You know, so you can brush, you can smudge, you can dab. Have fun with it. As far as the tea goes, experiment on a scrap. But see, that's got a nice color to it. It's pretty close to a bone shade of color. And you don't want it real even. And depending on the type of foam board you use, it's going to change. So you should do a test with it. But it's simple enough. It's just like you're making a regular tea. 1 tea bag, so you heat up some water, and you add it to the tea bag. And the longer you leave that tea bag in there, the darker the color. So you tinker a little bit with that, the more you steep it. Simple as that. Now you can use that to paint on your bone sword. That's it. It is done. The DragonBone sword from Skyrim. I like it. Probably going to do more DragonBone stuff. Let me know what you think.
Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. I always have lots of fun and interesting and very creative projects. I do 2 new ones every week. As an example, here's a couple more videos you might want to watch.